Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Today, we're going to be talking about the wake movement and how to wake up to abundance. So you can learn about the water business and see if it's a good match for you. So Jordanelle and I will be sharing our journey and how we met, how we set up our business and work together. And I'm really excited to let you guys know about all the offerings we have. So I wanted to introduce myself first. My name is Nadia. This is my name sign, an N like eyelashes. My Instagram handle is right underneath my picture. So really appreciate if you follow and support and reach out to me. I am deaf and hard of hearing, and I grew up with ASL, using it with my parents. And I started my business a year and a few months ago. Jordanelle was my mentor and helped me set that up. So I'm really excited to pass it on to Jordanelle and hear a little bit about her as well.
Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for being here. This is my first business webinar, so be patient, please. If you guys have questions at any time, you guys can type them, and I'll do my best to respond as they can come up. I do plan to have time at the end for questions too. But yeah, Nadia and I have such a sacred connection. And that is one of many things about this business that I love is that it doesn't feel like a business. Like it seems like too good to be true. We actually, I'll wait for the next slide, but so a little bit about me. I'm in my store. So I actually own a plant store with a Kangen water machine. So what does that look like? That means that I pretty much have my sink in the back and then people come and fill up with water. It's the craziest thing. I have been doing this business for 2.5 years now, and there's not a lot of words that can express my gratitude for the opportunity that Enagic has provided. And one of my favorite things about this business is honestly creating abundance together, right? I love helping people win. I love helping people like feel purpose because most of my life I didn't feel that. I mean, I always knew I wanted to help, but now I feel like with this water, I have the ability to help people. Like it feels so good. People coming in the store and filling up water and then they feel better. It's like there's nothing else like it. So I'm really excited to share with you guys. And of course, I love Nadia. This is ultimately you're building together. So it's so beautiful. And we'll get started. I'll go to the next slide and Nadia can share. I can share. But before I let Nadia share, I want to talk about what we're going to be going over in this webinar. You can see the screen even though I have the chat up, yeah? Yeah, okay. So in this webinar, thank you guys for being here, first of all. I know you guys are probably like a Tuesday night, there's like, it's a random day of the week, and there's just this webinar. I know we're always inviting you to webinars, but I'm going to be going over how the water found us, which we kind of shared a little bit about, who Enagic is, right? And what they offer, because you guys, like the water that we share is blowing up. There are so many other companies to choose from. So I'm going to be going over like why Enagic. I'm going to talk about the future of jobs, businesses, income, and how to recognize a good business opportunity, right? Because there's so many things out there right now, right? It's like work from your phone. There's all these opportunities always in our faces. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about how to choose a good opportunity. I'm going to talk about how to save money, the online, offline opportunity of this company, tax write-offs, having a home-based business, the marketing that we're doing, and honestly, a global wake like what we're a part of. I know it seems like crazy, but it feels like we're a part of this huge movement where, oh, I get chills. Like people are waking up to water, and to be a part of this shift, this paradigm shift, and to ultimately, my boss is water. I know that sounds silly, but I work for the water and I'm here to bring her back to life ultimately. So I love having this safe space to share with you guys and then how to get started. And ultimately, because this is a business webinar, I'm going to be talking about how to make abundance. Like you guys saw my name on Instagram as Abundant Waters. Like I am so passionate about helping people make money because no one needs to be broke. We don't need to be struggling anymore. Like this hustle, 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 hustle environment, like is just not sustainable anymore. And I don't know about you guys, but I I worked a lot of jobs in my life, and this opportunity doesn't feel like a job. It's hard work, but it doesn't feel like I don't hate it. I don't wake up resenting my life. I used to be a nurse and I used to hate my life, if I'm being honest with you guys. I was miserable. And it wasn't until this opportunity came into my life where I actually felt like happy again. And I wake up and I feel this sense of purpose. So thank you guys for being here. I'm really excited to share with you guys. Did you want to share this, Nadia, or do you want me to do it?
I want you to go for it.
You want me to do it? Okay.
I'm just making sure you can the interpreter if you can.
Is she not? She's pinned.
Is she? Okay, perfect. All right,
Do
thank
you
you.
want me to? Do you want me to unpin you?
No, let's just go for it. It'll be fine for now.
Okay, cool. So it's really cool because so Nadia and I actually met through Instagram. So the beautiful world of our phones, right? Who has a phone here? And it was really cool because so a little bit about me, I guess. I am a Reiki practitioner. I do a plethora of things, and we actually met through a group that I host every single year. And it's really cool because I've never met anyone that's deaf or hard of hearing. So obviously, I've learned a lot about how to communicate properly and the wording and all these things, right? So I learned to make the groups that I offered to the best of my ability accessible. I didn't have an interpreter, but moving forward, that's like my plan and my goal with our business. And so I actually met Nadia through spiritual healing. And believe it or not, her and I never talked about Kangen water. Like I don't just push it on people. Like I'm not like, here, try this water. I'm kind of like people come to me and then I share about the opportunity. And Nadia randomly one day texted me and was like, I want a Kangen machine. I was like, do you know how much they cost? Like, are you what? And she's like, "Yeah, I do. I know. Show me the financing." And I get a lot of messages with people saying they want a machine, but they don't always like follow through. So I didn't know if she was serious, but her energy was like, "I'm getting a machine." And I was like, "Okay, girl." So she actually got a machine and I was so excited because I had the moment Nadia got a Kangen machine, I saw this vision of her on stage, making this water accessible, right? Victoria's probably there signing like she is now and making the water accessible because it's not that people don't want it to be accessible. It's just, I didn't know how to make it accessible before because I have a hear, right? So when I saw that Nadia was getting this machine and when I saw she wanted to do the business, I was like, how can I support you? So a big part of this webinar is me and her kind of, obviously because I hear there's different things that we learn together, right? Having an interpreter, that was a huge leap for us in her business and in our business. And I'm really excited because we actually got to meet in person Oh my gosh, in October, and it was just like we've known each other forever. There was no, like, awkwardness or, like, "Oh, I met you offline, like, I don't know how to be comfortable." No, it was, and even though I don't properly know how to communicate because I don't know sign yet, I felt that me and Nadia have an ability to communicate. I mean, I feel like she understands what I'm saying for the most part. Like, I don't know, there's just, like, even though, and to me, that's the water language. I
Mm.
feel like we're on this wavelength of water, and we've done energy work together where we just Nadia and I have, like, a sacred connection. And so when she's actually someone on my team who's building stronger than anyone. So if you guys are watching this and you're like looking up to Nadia for a coach, Nadia coaches me. And I get coached by her. And Nadia just teaches me so much about just showing up and resilience, and I'm so excited to continue building. We're actually going to be meeting again in March, and I'm so excited. So, I don't know if you have anything else you want to share, Nadia, about like building together.
Yeah, I'd love to add. So I'm super excited to see how we're really working together in this fluid process to move forward with our business. It was so nice to meet you through our spiritual practice, and now growing a business together and seeing what other potentials can grow through this connection. And providing accessibility is so important. So thank you for providing this to the community, and I'm excited to grow together and see what we create.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to add, y'all. Nadia made an interpreter happen at this event that's coming up. Okay? They did not want an interpreter. Nadia, like, put her foot down and literally made an interpreter happen. So if you're looking for someone to work with in a business, Nadia is gonna be, like, holding you accountable and actually, like, pushing you to do it. Because it's scary. It's scary to start your own business, you guys. And I feel like if you are deaf or hard of hearing, Nadia is the one to work with because she's going to know what you can go through and what she's been through and help you guys navigate.
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm so excited.
And I just want to make sure you pin me, if you guys don't mind, pin me in it in the interpreter. Thank you.
Yep, you're pinned.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to connect the dots on how to find the water and how water found me. So, my father passed away 2 years ago, and the internal struggle I experienced really motivated me to work on healing my body, mind, and spirit. So, I looked and I found Jordanelle, and I asked her about the water, and I decided to go ahead and try it. So now, no, well, then just a few months later, so many different things started happening for me that I was so grateful for the water for helping me be ready to receive those. So in the past, I might have felt more fear and anxiety about those opportunities. I had acne, I had a lot of brain fog, my ADHD was unmanageable, along with my fatigue. My whole nervous system was just completely overstimulated. My period cramps were unbelievable, and I was always bloated. I didn't really have any motivation, and I felt really depressed. So, when my parents were healing issues with diabetes, blood pressure, all those things genetically ran in my body. So, that's when my water journey really began. When I started drinking the water, all of those things, all those symptoms that I was experiencing, as well as my mom's vision, really impressed. I was really impressed by how much they improved. And that's when I decided to really start the business for not just myself, but my family's health and for everybody else. So I'm just so grateful for how the water has changed my life. And it's really just the beginning. I'm learning about the water business, and I'm learning about business through water. And it's just baby steps. So it's really beautiful to see how the water can carry you on your journey.
Oh my gosh, it makes me want to cry. Y'all, the stories that we hear from the water, it's like biblical, and I'm not biblical, but that's the kind of stories that we hear every day, like straight up. So I don't have a slide for me, but I will just do a brief intro. So the water came to me organically about, oh my gosh, 12 years ago. Before it was online, before it was the way it is now, it came to me organically. And he didn't tell me what it was. It was a farmer. He had it for farming. And he was like, just try this water. You'll feel bubbly. And I was like, okay. I'm 16 at the time. Drink the water, feel good. Never saw the machine again. I didn't hear about it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know the cost. I didn't know any of those things. I didn't know there was a business. Fast forward 10 years, I work with that guy again. And I'm just going to share this story with you guys because this is like such a beautiful story and it's super vulnerable for me. But I actually, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, she's the healthiest person I know, like straight up, like ate good, worked out, like my light. Like my mom was like my purpose in life. And so when she got diagnosed with breast cancer, and she was healthy, like something turned on in my brain where I was like, what's in the water? And I already kind of knew about the machine. I've been wanting one. But when it came to buying for myself, I was like, I'll just keep saving, I'll just keep pushing it off. But when my mom got that terminal illness in my face, I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm getting it. Like I didn't care. I just full sent every penny I had. And so I'm going to share with you guys how I actually got the money because it's a crazy story. And then I'll get diving into the codes. But I'm at Mount Shasta. And those of you guys know Mount Shasta, it has this really pure, clean water. You can like drink right from the stream. And I'm praying over the water. And I hear the water say, give me all your crystals. I had all my crystals laid out. And I said, what? Okay. I had like 50 crystals, you guys. I pushed every crystal I had into the water. Okay. I gave all my crystals to the water. I get in the car. I hear, check your bank account. I look at my bank account and there's $1,500. That's exactly how much I needed for a down payment. I bought my machine that day and I haven't regretted it ever since. And so what are we talking about? I know some of you guys on here already know what this machine is. So I'm going to go by fast with the machine part because I want to talk about the business. But those of you who don't know, this is a life-altering medical device. And because it's made in Japan, it's not a so a lot of people go, well, why isn't it certified here in the US? It's made in Japan. So I don't need to go into conspiracies, but essentially the states do not want this technology in the hospitals because it actually might help you get better. So this has 7 different types of water. There's 60 plus uses. I think there's 100. It has 35 years of use and it saves you thousands of dollars. And it's honestly like such an eco-friendly solution because it does have so many uses. It's not just the drinking water. So these are the types of water. And again, I'm not going to go too deep, but it really the different types of water is important to understand because it's not just the drinking water. So when I say this is a medical device, I mean that it's in 600 plus hospitals. It's not just a water filter that's super expensive and it just does water. What's really cool is the 2.5 pH is actually FDA approved to clean surgical equipment and wounds. So that right there is priceless. There's the beauty water, which I water my whole store with, all my plants. That's all I use on my skin. The clean water is really good for formula medications. You have the regular 8.5, which everyone sees, 9.5. That's what I drink, 9.5. And then the strong water, 11.5. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video of the pesticides coming off. That's from the 11.5. So Regular water won't do that. Again, I'm not going to dive too much into the water uses, but this is the basics of the waters that this machine produces. So let's talk about what this water does, right? There's kind of three main things. So the one thing, I'm going to unpin Nadia really quick, is cellular hydration. So a lot of people will say, I drink a gallon of water a day. And I say, that's great, but are you absorbing it? So with this water, a good example, imagine the inside of your body is like a chain linked fence. Imagine tap water is like the shape of a softball. If I throw the softball through the fence, will it go through? It will bounce off, right? Now imagine my hand is full of marbles. If I throw marbles through the chain linked fence, the marbles will go through. And that's kind of how this water is. It actually is so small in molecular size that it goes right into the blood-brain barrier, which is rare. Most water kind of sits in your stomach, it sloshes around, but this water actually gets absorbed into our body, which means that when you're doing like even supplements, like you need less supplements, right? Or if you're doing protein powder, you can add less protein powder because it's more absorbent. That's why you can't take medication with this when it's the 8.5, 9, or 9.5, because it makes medication extra absorbent. Another beautiful thing about this water is the antioxidants. And I'm sure you guys know what antioxidants are here, right? We all know it's in blueberries. So antioxidants are really important because it's anti-aging, but it also helps prevent like free radicals. And free radicals, are caused from smoking, toxins in our air, right? And what the antioxidants do is it kind of goes and it prevents these toxins from damaging our cells. 1 cup of Kangen water is like 500 blueberries or something crazy in antioxidants. It's insane. And a lot of people, like if you look at the owner, he's like 86 years old. The man looks 50 or 40, I swear. And another thing, which a lot of you guys probably know about, is the alkalinity, right? So something I want to share really quick before I dive in. A lot of people get confused with alkaline versus alkalized. Like that's a big question I get. The alkalized is what the Kangen makes, and it's an electrical change. So with the electrical change, it's not adding anything to the water. With the alkaline, it's a chemical change. So if you look at Essentia and you look on the bottle, there's ingredients. That means it's a chemical change. And when you're chemically altering the water, that water is bad for you. So I get that question a lot. So I just wanted to clear it up for those who had it here. So yeah. Do you want me to share this, Nadia?
I can share it. Okay.
Okay, everybody. So now we're going to talk about our monthly webinar. So we will have an interpreter for the business webinar next month. And also we're looking forward to Jordenelle is going to do another webinar in April. So stay tuned and look forward to that. And if you want the recordings of our past ASL interpreter webinars, let me know if you want to learn about the science of the water. That's another webinar that we have recorded with an interpreter. So we have different resources that are ASL accessible. And we also have another meeting happening in April.
Yay, okay, I'm gonna start flowing because I know I'm behind. So again, if you have questions about the water, we can send you so much research. This isn't new. There's thousands of research on this water. So again, if you have questions for Nadia after, you guys can ask her. She has the library to connect you to. So this is one of my favorite quotes. You are so lucky and blessed if you know about this water. You're here to learn about something that less than 1% of the world knows about. A potential solution for many people's everyday challenges. You can be the one to help introduce this to the world. A gift that keeps on giving, making an impact. You receive income for your service from one of the most giving companies in the world. I feel so blessed. I'm so excited to share with you guys. Yay! I'll unpin you, Nadia. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, you're still down there. So who's Enagic? Right? This is Mr. Oshiro. This is the founder of our company. How old does this man look? I met him in person. He has the energy of a 5-year-old. He's like 87. So something that he says is when we see a bigger mission than ourselves, we expand beyond ourselves. When our servitude encompasses all people and all lands, we become ambassadors of this true health mission. Enagic founder and CEO, Mr. Oshiro.
1 second, Jordanelle.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you guys can kind of see this isn't just some random little company. This company started all the way on this tiny little island, which I'm actually Japanese. My last name is Sagawa. It means flowing water. So I have a deep connection to this water. So it started on this tiny little island. So a lot of people will say, well, how come I've never heard of it? Because Japan is a tiny island, you guys. And it's up to us to refer people to it because the company doesn't spend any money on marketing. It doesn't talk about other companies. It doesn't compare itself to other companies. It doesn't market. We're the marketers. That's why you're here right now. We're sharing the mission. He wanted it to be people-based. He wanted the company to be about human connection. So this company is 50 years old. It's not new. It's not. And so when you're looking at other machines or if you're looking at other water, I always ask, well, when was a company founded? And who actually owns the company? Is the person who founded the company of integrity and care about your health, right? So excited. So why did we choose Enagic? So this is inside of the company and you can actually go to this company. My goal is to go either this year or next year, and you can see how these machines are made. There's no secrets with this company. There's no secrets. You can literally go and watch a machine get made. Like, how cool is that? And a lot of the leaders in the wake, like Jilly and Chris, they've gone to these places and they've seen how these machines are made. This company is debt-free. It's an OEM, which is really important because they don't outsource anything. And why is that important? Because a lot of companies will take a bunch of other material and then put it together. Enagic in-sources all of its equipment, so they know what's going into our machines. There's a 17% increase in sales in 2020 and even more. The amount of people who are seeing the value in this machine are just skyrocketing. They are the water technology industry leader, and they really are a gold standard ionizer. So these are some more certificates. Again, you guys can look at them. You can go on their website. They talk about them. But these standards are hard to get. So it's not just some random little gold pins. These are actually like, this means this is big. So this company is legit. And a lot of times people, they want to know, like, why is it so expensive? It's so expensive because it's a medical grade ionizer. The machines are platinum, right? They're used in hospitals. So these are made for hospitals. Like, that's how this company was founded. They started out in hospitals. They didn't start out in our homes. Mr. Oshiro was like, saw the health benefits of having them in the hospitals, and he made them available to the public. So these are just some more of the standards you guys can like look up. It's really, really cool. The company has a lot of awards. So this is approved as a medical device in Japan, It's not approved, quote, in the United States because there's different testing, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the health effects. And I can't make any claims. Everything that we share, I can't make legal claims about health, but I have personally seen many people get better after drinking the water. This is the only water ionizer endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for Adult Diseases, and over 6,700 doctors support it. Over 400, I think it's actually over 600 now, Japanese and hospitals clinics are using this water. And I'm actually personally right now talking to a few doctors about getting this in their clinic. So I have big goals for this water. So if you guys can see this, this is where we are now. This 2.5, right? Only a little bit of the world knows about it. Guess where we're going? It's like Blockbusters to Netflix. And why am I saying this? Because you guys, everybody's going to have one of these machines. It's not about when. It's honestly, people are going to buy because it makes sense, because plastic water isn't a solution anymore. We all know that intuitively, because some of us might get sick and we might wait until we get sick and this is like the last, thing. But I really feel like people will buy this machine because of the business opportunity, honestly. And I'm going to talk more about that because I haven't seen another opportunity like this. Honestly, like it seems too good to be true. I'm still like, how am I even blessed to know about this? But pretty much what this slide is saying is that everyone's going to have a machine. It's just a matter of time. The business is 50 years old. It's just going to go. So we are water. And why don't our doctors ask us what kind of water we're drinking as the first question when we see them? I never understood that. Our brain is 83%, our kidneys 83%, our lungs are 85%, our blood is 94%, our eyes are 95%. So when Nadia said her mom's vision got better, Nadia's mom changed her water and her eyes are 95% better, right? Our hearts are 75, our muscles are 75. We are structured water. So the kind of water we put into our body is the most important thing to think about when it comes to your health, in my opinion. Over 75% of our population and probably more is dehydrated and they just don't know it. Scary. It's scary. And it seems like this water is too simple. It seems too good to be true, right? Like, what can changing your water do? I know it sounds insane, but here we are sharing about it. So think about it. Who do you guys know that drinks water? Right? Who do you know that has health issues? And who do you know that would benefit from this? When I got this machine, I got it from my mom, but I instantly started thinking about people in my life that have health issues. I instantly started thinking, oh, my grandma, she had fibromyalgia. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but essentially it's like pain all over your body and there's no cure. The doctor said, here's pain pills. And she's like, I don't want that. I don't want to just take pain pills and numb out. My grandma got a machine and I can't make claims that my grandma doesn't have pain anymore. That's a big why for me. Like, my grandma was my biggest critic too. She's like, water's water. She's like 77 years old. She got a machine and she's so thankful that she did. All right. Not to cast fear, but y'all, the job market, people are quitting their jobs like hot tamales. The next millionaires are entrepreneurs. And it can be scary starting from scratch and not having a business plan to fall back on. Trust me, I started my own business in 2019 before I had a Kangen, and it was scary. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the business. I didn't have a business coach. I didn't have resources. I didn't know anything. So, but what I did know is that the way the world is, I would have got fired from my job. So I quit because I used to be a nurse, right? Having another stream of income is honestly so valuable right now. It's everything. It really is. This is just kind of showing you like the job market is not stable. So having another stream is really important. Why are all water money terms are water? Currency, frozen, cash flow, liquidity, banks. All those words are water words. Once you realize that you're water, it makes sense to become water and to work with water because we are water. It seems so silly to think about, but it's like we forget that we're water. And all of these terms, the more and more you wake up to water, you'll start to see how everything links back to just being water. I'm just going to read this, Victoria, but I know it's kind of long. But this is Robert Kiyosaki. These are really good books if you're an entrepreneur. I highly recommend Rich Dad, Poor Dad changed my life. But he says life is tough. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Moaning and groaning won't secure your future. Neither will blaming Wall Street and big bankers, corporate America, or the government. If you want a solid future, you need to create it. You can take charge of your future only when you take control of your income source. You need your own business. So
Okay, one
being,
second.
oh, sorry. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So these are some current challenges that we see, right? Inflation. I can't tell you how many people I'm hearing, everything's going up in cost. People are getting, my friend just called me and she just got fired from her job randomly. Thank God she has this business on the back burner. Mandates are forcing people to leave. Businesses are shutting down. Salaries are being reduced, right? There's tougher hours. I'm not trying to cast fear into anybody because I don't believe in like putting fear into you guys to make a decision, but I just want to bring awareness that it's really important to just start thinking about how you're getting your money and where it's coming from because one stream of income might not be enough. And I didn't start to think like this because when I was a nurse, I was making pretty good money. But like I said, I would have got fired. And then I didn't have anything to fall back on at this point in my life. So I just want to like start to get your brains to start thinking that there are other options out there. There is another way out there. You don't have to be stuck in your situation. Trust me. I grew up poor. I grew up watching my mom have 3, 4 jobs and we barely made it. I know what it's like to be stressed out about bills. It wasn't until like last year that I finally was like, so I know what it's like, you guys. I really do. I'm not coming from this hierarchy, a place of I have multiple businesses and I'm so rich. I'm coming from this place of an opportunity. And I really believe that you guys watching here are seeing this for a reason. You're not here randomly. Nothing is random. So those of you guys who have a job, it's going to be this top bar where it's consistent. There's a cap. When you own your own business, it can go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Of course, the businesses can go like this, but when you own your own business, you can have no cap. There's no cap on this business. There's so many advantages of being a business owner. And I see people do this business while having a job and doing this on the side until the side becomes the main. So this is just kind of showing you guys that a lot of times when we work for someone else, when we're trading our time for money, it's stressful. And we're trained to be an employee mindset, and we feel safe because we know how much we're going to make, right? But when we're hydrated, we can have several sources of income. We can really start to learn about financial literacy and becoming a business owner. When we're an employee and we work for someone else, we're not taught about money. No one ever taught me about taxes or taught me about how money works or savings or investing. This business is an investment. Think of this business and like getting a machine as an investment. Don't just think of it as getting a water filter. Think of it as you're investing into yourself. You're investing into your future.
Mm.
So the movement is growing, y'all. A new home-based business is started every 12 seconds. How they know this, I don't know. But still, that's a lot of people that are like waking up that, hey, I can make money from my house on this little phone. 72% of all adult Americans would rather work for themselves than for a job. And 67% think about quitting their jobs regularly or constantly. That's sad. You guys, that breaks my heart. Because I used to be there. Like most of my life, I was there. When I go back in the future, or when I go back in the past and I look at Jordanelle, I used to be miserable working for other people. Felt like my soul was just like getting stomped on and I couldn't ever get ahead. So just imagine you wake up at your own time. You maybe brew your coffee or your cacao, your matcha, you're in your PJs still. You do your yoga routine, right? You listen to your motivation. You go on your walk in the morning. You water your plants. You dry brush. That's Nadia's rising routine. And she gets to work from home and build a business by never leaving her house. She can leave her house, but she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, I love working from home, and I can imagine being deaf or hard of hearing is hard to have a job in the public. I don't want to make assumptions, but I've talked to Nadia and I feel like it's probably harder to get a job where, you know, communicating is challenging in the public, right? I hear and it's challenging. So I can't even imagine. So I feel like when Nadia started to do this business, I'm like, this is perfect for people who are deaf and hard of hearing. Because if you're overstimulated, you can stop. Or if you feel motivated, you can do a bunch at once, right? Or you don't have to talk to people, you can text, right? This business is really accessible in that way because it's your business. You can do it how you want to do it. And you have a team supporting you. Nadia is supporting you the whole way, and I'm there too. So I do both of these. So, y'all, it cost $50,000 for me to open this store. Yeah, that's a lot of money. When am I going to break even? I don't know. But you know how I'm breaking even? Having the Kangen machine in my back. I sell one Kangen machine, that's my rent for my store. That's how I was able to convince my mom to even open this in the first place. When you start this business, you invest one time. Starting your own business and starting from scratch is up to $100,000, which is so much. It's so crazy. So when you talk about $5,000 for a startup cost for a business, it's not that much money. You can work full time, you can work part time, you can work at 3 a.m. if you want. You can do it whenever. That's a really cool thing about this business. There's no boss anymore. You're your own boss. So 6 things to ask before you start a business. Look at the company, look at the product, look at the trend, look at the system, right? Look at the compensation plan.
Leave it for a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Perfect. So this business without baggage. So I've been a part of other network marketing companies and I had to constantly keep buying products. You don't have to buy again. You buy one time and that's it. You don't have to keep buying to keep your rank. You never go down in rank. There's no qualifications, there's no resume. You could be a felon and work this job. This job doesn't discriminate against you. It's easy financing. You don't need to have sales experience. I used to be a nurse, you guys. I don't have sales experience, right? There's no deadlines or quotas or pressure. You could buy a machine and never do the business. But if you met someone and they wanted to, you could. You still have that opportunity. Once you have a machine, you have the business for life. Whether you do it or not, you always have that opportunity to help someone get a machine. And these are some reasons to own your business, which I've kind of talked about, but there's no cap on your income, right? You can create this passive income where you make money while you sleep. You can save and receive more during tax season, right? Because this is a tax write-off. Time freedom, being your own boss, and actually helping the planet, doing something you truly love and you feel good about. Okay, why should I get involved? So, oh, there, I keep pinning you guys. So you can control your own destiny. So you can find that work-life balance. You choose the people you work with. Who you buy a machine from is who you work with. The connection I have with Nadia is lifelong. I'm not going anywhere. No, I don't think Nadia is going anywhere. This is like my career. My plant store is a 3-year lease. When it's over, I might do Kangen full time. I can't say where I'll be. You take the risk and reap the rewards. I gave every penny I had into this company. Did I know what the outcome would be? No, I didn't. But sometimes we got to take a risk on ourselves. I can't explain it. It's like the way the world works. When we take that leap, we get the reward. And it's really hard to explain, but it's kind of how the universe tends to work out. You can challenge yourself. There's so much self-development in the Wakewater Co community. It's insane. I'm getting pushed every day if I want by people who are making 6, 7 figures. It's not just people who say they're making money. I'm actually getting mentored by people who have been doing this business for 10 years. I don't know about you guys, but starting a business with having coaches like this is priceless. So yeah, sorry, I have a lot of slides, so I'm just trying to go a little quicker. So it's really a win-win model. The health, the abundance, the community. You guys, the community is real. I had my fear. I'm like, are these people really like good people or love? And I've met the community twice. And imagine being in a house full of 100, 200 people and you feel safe and seen and accepted for who you are. It's real. The community is just love. Like there's no judgment. I haven't been around a lot of spaces like that. So I had like my guard up and I was like, rigid, but I let my guard down and like the community is just full of love and they just want you to succeed. Like we all have room to grow and have the abundance. It's going to go past. Okay. right? So can I afford this? It only takes 10 to 12 people referrals to get this machine, right? Most people can make their money back 6 to 12 months or longer, just depends, right? It is a tax write-off, so you do have the ability to write off your home. I don't know much. I'm not a CPA. I'm doing my taxes this year, so I can train more about that. But having the ability to tax write off this machine. So I know someone who tax write it off, and then you're getting your money back because it's a business. So you invest the money and then you're getting it back on your taxes. It's crazy. So these are the different machines. I recommend obviously the K8 because it's the nicest. So these are the different prices, right? So you have the SD501, it's an older model. It's about $4,000. And that price, that 45 a month, that's with the credit card. So not everyone, it just depends on your credit score. There's other things, right? There's the SD501. This just looks nicer, but it's pretty much the same as the SD501. So I really recommend the SD501 or the K8. And the reason the K8 is 1,000 more is because you see the 8 plates versus 7. The one more plate is 30% more ionization, which means it's going to last a little longer and it's stronger water. And then we have an Anespa, which is an amazing shower unit. Can't wait to get it. It has hot spring mineral water on the inside of it. It's insane. I got to use it last October. My skin felt so soft. My hair was just like curly. I was like, oh my gosh. And again, these are a full tax write-off. So what that means is you can get your money, again, I'm not a CPA, but you can get your money back on this machine because it's a business. Right. So how do I invest? Obviously, you can pay in full. You can apply for a credit card. Nadia can help you based off your credit score. I personally didn't have good credit, so I went with the down payment, which was about, mine was a little more because I did the super, but most people I see's down payment is around 900 to 1,000 down, and then you can do monthly payments for 24 months or so. You can always pay your machines off quicker. And if you make a sale early on, even if your machine is not paid off, you still get your checks in the mail. So I actually have already paid both my machines off. I've helped 38 families get a Kangen machine. And I'm just beginning with Nadia's help, of course. So I know we're close on time. There's a lot more slides, but I just want you guys to know what we're kind of spending on water. You guys can just kind of like zoom over this if you're still drinking bottled water. It's a lot of money people spend. I have someone just buy a machine because they were drinking Essentia. They're spending a lot of money on Essentia. And they're like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. These are just, you guys can, I can send you guys these PDFs too. It's just like the average household savings. Things you can save money on because it has over 100 uses. Which Nadia can send you guys that PDF too. And that goes over all the 100 uses. But you make your money back quick. So I know it's like, oh, $5,000, but you're really saving a lot of money because you're not buying things that you used to buy. I don't wash my hair or wash my face. Pretty much use water for everything. Just gonna keep going. Okay. I'm going to go briefly over this because I know we're close on time and I want to respect your time, Victoria. But essentially, a lot of people go, this is a pyramid scheme. I'm going to break that down super quick. In this company, Nadia can overpass me. In a true pyramid scheme, the person at the top is making all the money. Jilly is my up line. She doesn't make money from my sale. There's only 8 points. And I'm going to go over that on the next slide really quick. So this is how it works. And then I'm going to let everyone go because I know we're close on time. So this is a direct sale association. And a lot of people will feel like it's a scheme and all those things. So essentially, there's 8 points per sale. Think of like a pie. Each point is $340. So let's say your first machine you sell, you'd get $340. So it's per point. So this is how it works. These are the main ranks. So your third sale, you get 2 points, which is $680, which is like, I remember getting my first 680 check and I was like, okay, this is real. Your 11th sale is 1,020. Y'all, getting checks in the mail for $1,000, life-changing. It's life-changing. That's like a week of work or more, right? 21 sales, 1,360. So you can kind of see it just goes up by points. When you get to 6A, which is 101 sales, you get $2,040 a sale. It's insane. Let me go quick over this. I just want to show this and then we can close it. So I just want to show you guys what's possible. So this is a career for me and Nadia. Once you get to a certain rank, the 6A2-3, you get a $25,000 bonus and you get $5,000 a month for life. You can will this to your children. That's my goal. You want to know my North Star is this rank right here. People hit this rank in our company. Jilly just hit that. We're learning from people who have done this, you guys. We're not just sharing like this get rich quick scheme. We're sharing a business with you who are people I've witnessed change their lives financially. It's possible. So I'm just going to end on this because I know our time is short. Would this be worth my time? You guys look at this rank, 80,000 a month for life. Like, what does that even look like? $800,000 bonus. These seem like fake numbers, but they're real because people have hit these ranks in our company. And the only difference between them and you is that they've just started. They're just the future version of Jordenelle and Nadia. There's no difference between them. I met people in this company who don't even speak English and are doing this business. You guys can do this. If money didn't exist, what would you guys do? Like, I'm doing this business for my unborn children. So I can be a stay-at-home mom. So I can be pregnant and lay down in the grass and work on my phone. I'm building for my unborn children, truly. And if you guys have a better opportunity than this, please reach out to me. I haven't seen one yet. There's really a shift in the way the world is working. And I'm really honored to be a part of this with Nadia. And thank you guys for being here. If you guys have questions for her, I'm sure she would love to answer them. And I really appreciate you guys just like being here. Stop my share. Sorry we went over, Victoria.
You're fine.
Hey, if anyone has questions. If not, no worries. You can ask Nadia afterwards.
Thank you.
No, this was great information. Thank you so much for explaining it all, and thank you for making it accessible. I have a better understanding now.
Oh, Nadia and Victoria.
I'm proud of you, girl.
Thank you. I did not go over all the slides, so I apologize. So if you do have more questions, I can do my best to break it down. But the main thing is, if you see yourself doing the business, trust the vision because you can't see something that's not there. That's all. Like, I just feel like it seems too good to be true because our ego and our mind wants to tell us that it is. But I'm telling you, someone who's 2.5 years in the business, this business has changed my life. The people that I know from this business has changed my life. I have changed because of the business. So,
Me too.
hey.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordanelle. Hopefully we'll see you guys in our April webinar. It'll be totally different and unique. So we're super excited. Look forward to that and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for being here.
Yay. I think you're recording, right, Nadia? Yeah, you're welcome, Ryan. Thanks for being